What a wonderful way to come into the sanctuary, right? Isn't that beautiful? Hi. Welcome. Welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg, everybody. And welcome out there in Love Streaming Land on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. If you're new or haven't been here in a while, please let us know. And is there anyone new or haven't been here in a while here in the sanctuary? If so, raise your hand. Hi, hello. Are you new or returning? Haven't been here in a while? You are new. Okay, did you get a packet? Okay, someone's going to bring you a packet. She's sitting right here. Anybody else? All right, welcome. So glad you're here. I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And oh my God, you're in for a treat today. I'm not going to tell you what. You'll see. So let us take a moment to come together in prayer, all right? Just settling down, being with this moment, the sounds, the no sounds, such that there is only our breath. In this moment of still, peaceful beingness, we pray from this space. God, the good omniscience, that which is here and now, we come together. We know that the power and presence of the infinite God is here, and that it is rising up to greet us as we rose up this morning. That it's rising up to greet each of us with infinite possibilities. In this moment, we create seeds of possibilities, and we allow them to be, we allow them to grow and to manifest from us. And for this, we are so very grateful, and so it is. Amen. And now we have our core value today, which is our youth, adult, and family spiritual education. It is on your screen, and I invite you to say it with me. Let's say it together, please. We are dedicated to learning and practicing unity and new thought spiritual principles through our youth, adult, and family programs and events. We honor and encourage the innate creativity of all. What does that mean? That each of us have this innate ability to be creative, whether we're the youngest of young or the oldest of older. Not old, just older. Just want to make sure I got that straight. So let's just keep creating, all right? And now we have our opening song, and it is Opening Up to the Good. I'm going to invite you to stand, so that way you can already move your body if you want to.
Good morning, everyone. We invite you to sing along as you dance. So easy. You may already know it, or if you don't, you'll catch on really quickly. I am opening up to the good. I am opening up to the good. I am opening up to the good. To the good that is my life. I am opening up to the joy. I am opening up to the joy. I am opening up to the joy. To the joy that is my life. I am opening up to the peace. I am opening up to the peace. I am opening up to the peace. am opening, I 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 am opening to the good that is my life. I am opening up to the fun. I am opening up to the fun. I am opening up to the fun, to the fun that is my life. Love, I am opening up to the love. I am opening up to the love. I am opening up to the love that is my life. I am opening up to the song. I am opening up to the song. I am opening up to the song that is my life. I am opening, 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 I am opening to the good that is my life. One more time. I am opening, 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 I am opening to the good that is my life.
What? Oh, let's give the band another hand. And our amazing music director for just picking all this really fun stuff. Thank you so much. So I'm Edie, and I'm here with our transformational opportunities. Woohoo! Okay, so coming up first, birthdays and anniversaries. Let me make the slide go. There we go. So if you have a birthday in October and you feel like being acknowledged, hello. Who's got a birthday? Who's got an October birthday? Yay! Who else? Anybody else? Yay! Okay, ready? You know what to do. We're going to say happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. We love you. Happy birthday to you. And anniversaries. Oh, yay! Awesome! How many years? 8. 8?
It's 8. My grandson's 8.
All right. So let's sing. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday to you. Yay! New member class. Do you want to say a word, or should I just go on? Okay, so new member class coming up next Sunday. If you have been coming for a while and you want to know more and you'd like to sort of officially join to kind of sort of deepen and anchor your roots here, or if you're just curious about what we're about, I encourage you to sign up for the new member class. Just 2 hours, 1 to 3, in the education building over here. You can sign up in the lobby or online. It's a really cool class. Right, we have an annual meeting coming up, so if you take this class, that means you become what we call a voting member. During the annual meeting, you'll vote in our new board people. All right, next we have Chili Cook-Off. This is so fun. This is one of our really fun events during the year, and it raises some funds for our youth ed. So you bring your best chili. And there's a little cup next to everybody's chili. And so we all go over and we eat chili and we taste it, and the one that you like the best, you put a little donation in the cup for the youth ed. And the one that raises the chili that raises the most money wins. It's really fun. So it's win-win. Youth ed gets some funds, and you get to taste really great chili. So mark it on your calendar. It is an incredible event, okay? Bring your best chili. Don Dillingham is coming up. Woohoo!
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was in Greece, and it's Kalimera, Kalimera. I always say it twice. But anyway, I want to bring up what's happening here, and that is doing a show that has the theme of Moon over Brazil. And the reason is just taking songs that have the moon in it and some songs that have bossa nova style to it. This isn't one of them, but it gets the idea across. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me play among the stars. Let me know what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. So that's just an idea of the kind of thing that's going on through the evening. I want you to come here, dance and romance. I don't want anybody just sitting down, but I want you to come here and feel the love. And also, this is an opportunity to bring in unity to other people. Ask a friend, ask a neighbor, ask anybody. Just come and check this gig out. Just come see it and see what goes on after that. I promise you, this will be good with my Namaste band. Namaste band. Is this my Namaste band? Yes? All right, good. Thank you very much, and I will see you there.
Thank you, Don. Hey, this is part of our Pick a Party collection. You can buy, everyone knows how to get to Eventbrite to buy a ticket for Pick a Party, correct? If you don't, Don and I are going to be here today after services to help you register for his concert. If you register online, it's $25. If you come to the door, it's going to be $30. So we're trying to get everybody to come ahead and register online so we can, it's one of our last 2 pick-a parties, and so we can really get people and fill the house to listen to the concert. Thank you.
Yeah, come on out, guys. It's going to be a blast. Drum circle coming up real quick. Come on. Okay. Drum circles are amazing fun. We get together in a huge circle. Our fearless leader, Jeff and Neil, they will get us started on some rhythms. They'll teach us a little bit of fun history about drumming, and they'll get us going on, they'll teach us different rhythms, and you could just feel it in your body. It's so much fun. You guys gotta come, okay? That is Saturday, the 28th. Come, it's so fun. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, well, you want more of that? Come on the 28th. Thanks, Don. Huh? Oh, you can also register for that out in the lobby. Fabulous, and online. Our annual meeting is coming up. Every year, we end our fiscal year with our annual membership meeting where we handle important community business, including electing new members of our Board of Trustees. We get updates from the treasurer, from our minister, from our staff. They come and they kind of give us a little report about how we're doing. We also celebrate all our accomplishments. So I encourage you to come to our annual community meeting on the 29th. It'll be right after service. We'll have some snacks, and then we'll come in and we'll have our meeting. It's a good way to get more deeply involved in our community. And more importantly of all this, our foundation is prayer here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And we have several ways that you can connect with prayer. We have a prayer box in the back. You can request a prayer online. We have one-on-one prayer. We have trained prayer chaplains after service every Sunday. David is our prayer chaplain today. He'll be over in that corner if you would like some one-on-one prayer. So just remember that you do have a support here of prayer. And now, Tavion will read our daily word.
Hello. Here is the daily word for Sunday, October 1st, 2023. The word for today is prosperity. And the affirmation is practicing gratitude deepens my experience of prosperity. My life may be full of blessings, my family and friends, my home, my memories, and my experiences. But it can be easy to take it for granted if I focus on more what I'm missing rather than what I have. Being thankful, expressing my gratitude for my good, opens my heart, but it also opens my eyes to the many ways I am prosperous. I count my blessings and my pausing to give thanks for each one. The more often I do this, the more feelings of gratitude will fill my heart, crowding out constricting feelings of scarcity, fear, or envy. From the serenity I feel in my heart to the peace that calms my mind, I am prosperous. As I greet each day with a prayer of thanks, my blessings abound. And the verse from Psalm chapter 36, verse 8, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Now, I invite you to take a moment and reflect on the word for today, prosperity.
And since it is Family Sunday, I have a book. And anyone who are children and children at heart, you can come on up and hear this story that I'm going to tell. Hello. Hi. Hi. Come on up. Have a sit down. Sit down. So the name of this book is A Seed of Possibility. And the author, and I know she's watching, is Lady Benita Dixon. And it is illustrated by Essex J. James. Now, I must tell you before I read these few, I'm not going to read the whole book. I just want y'all to know that. But the few pages that I will read, that Lady Benita was inspired when she went to Africa. That was what inspired this book. And she came back, and the book has lots and lots of animals in it. So let's get started. A seed of possibility. Now, notice, that's representing a seed. See, it's not real seed. It's just representing a seed. You got it? Okay. Have you ever wondered how an umbrella tree grows in the middle of the African safari? Maybe a sleeping leopard knocked a seed off a tree and hit a running gazelle on the head and bounced away. Oh, a gazelle. See that? That's representing a gazelle. You see that? Yet the seed fell out of the tree. Okay, let's see what happens. Then a wildebeest swatted the seed with his tail. Look at that. Boom, it goes. You see that? Yeah. Then a herd of zebras carried the seed through the safari until a pack of playful monkeys stole the seed and left it on a hot sand dune. Wow. Unbelievable, yes. And then the cheetah came and hit it and took it on his paw and dropped it on the dirt. And then a rhinoceros walked by and stepped on it, and it went down in the ground. Can you believe that? Yeah, it really did happen. Yeah, down on the ground. The seed, see the funny looking seed? It represents a seed. So now it's down in the ground, and a baboon came. A baboon was like a monkey. And the baboon came and covered up the seed. It was just playing. Yeah, it was making a big pile of mound of dirt. Some people call it soil. And then a big happy elephant came and watered the seed. You know, elephants, the trunk, and it's got some water, and it went up and it went woo, and then whoop, and then it just showered all over the dirt called soil, and the seed kept going down in. And then some jackals came, and they wanted to dance, and they started dancing on top of the seed. Jackal, I know jackals, right?
What is a jackal?
Well, a jackal is kind of like a coyote.
Is that a coyote?
It's sort of like a coyote. They're probably in the same family.
They live in the same family.
Yeah, I think so. You have to look that up and tell me next week, okay? And then a lion came and laid on the seed. I know, right? The seed had lots of stuff going on with it. And then it started to rain, and it rained and rained and rained, and it rained all day, and it rained all night. See the rain? That's rain right there. And then in the morning, the sun came up and warmed the seed, and the seed started to grow. And the giraffe came along and just said that the tree would grow as tall as the giraffe. Mm-hmm. And before you know it, all the animals that came and helped and hurt the seed, but really didn't hurt the seed, came along and found shade underneath the new umbrella tree.
Umbrella tree?
Yeah.
What
And well, because the tree is like, it's got leaves and it sprouts up. Do your hands like that, see? Yeah, and it grows up because it's going toward the sun. And that is the seed of possibility. And that is the end of my story. And now the children are going to go back to the children, over to the children's ministry and do children things. Here, you can take the book so they can see it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye. And now we'll have a song.
When I look in your eyes, I see an innocent child. I see pure possibility. Power in your very hand. The world is at your command. You are pure possibility. Do you know you are precious? Do you know that you are free? Do you know that you are a child of God and that makes you royalty? Do you know your dreams could take you beyond your imagining, unlimited and free, pure possibility? One of a kind, it truly boggles the mind. You are pure possibility. Remain brave-hearted and true, and let the magic come through. You are pure possibility. Your very best to life all your days through, and remember who you really are when they try to label you. And you know that love is closer than the breath inside of you, unlimited and free, pure possibility. Every soul, we are perfect and whole. There lies pure possibility. Your possibility.
Wasn't that beautiful? Give another round of applause to our Namaste Band and our music director, Miss Deletta Gillespie. Yes. Look at all y'all beautiful people out there. Hi. That was wonderful. So I want you to consider for a moment that you're the seed that's represented in the children's book I read. Consider for a moment, if you were a seed, where would you be planted? Where would you be planted? Well, there are many, many types of seeds with many sizes. Like us, many types of seeds are us, and we are in many different sizes, shapes, little and bigger. I was wondering if a potato had seeds. I was, so I looked it up. Thank you for the internet. And a potato is, and it isn't, and it is. So a potato in some regions can actually sprout up and have seeds. And the seeds, they kind of shrivel up and die. They don't really produce fruit. But a potato, yeah, I know, that's show and tell. I have a sweet potato and a red potato. And they started growing. I wish I would have brought the ones I had a week ago because they were really growing. It was sprouting. Yeah, you know what I mean? The ones that sit on the counter or somewhere dark, and then you go to use it, and it's grown a lot. And some are soft, and you can't use them then. But you could put them in the ground because these little things here, they actually make roots. So potatoes grow roots deep into the ground in the same way that we are growing our own roots deep into the ground. Now, there are many other kinds of seeds, like the seed we have in our cabinets, right? So this is sesame seeds, and these are poppy seeds, and they're really, really, really little, about the same size as a mustard seed that they talk about in the Bible. And they can produce, these little things can produce some beautiful, beautiful flowers, and some of them even turn into watermelons. Some seeds, yes? I know. Sometimes I just have to do it. Now, I wanted to have some flowers in the front of my house. So we went out, of course, one eye, and we purchased flowers. And I want to tell you about my marigolds. So we have yellow ones and orange ones. And I was wondering if the deer were going to eat them. So I read on the internet that if you took there are two things you needed to do with this. One was called deadhead. One of you lovely folks told me about deadheading, so it would make more. So what did I do? I opened it up, and I'm going to pass it around. And in here is a whole bunch of seeds. But the deer don't like the smell. So as they deadheaded, I popped them off, and I sprinkled them around my garden. No deer, right? And my marigolds and all my other flowers were just doing really, really good. And what I didn't realize is I was creating seeds of possibility. You know what? So I meticulously made this garden, of course, with myself and Tavion, my grandson, who you heard read the Daily Word. And so it was a row of yellow, a row of orange, and then there's some red ones, not red marigolds, but red, I don't know what the name of them are, and some white ones and purple. And they were just really meticulously done. And you know what I noticed a couple weeks ago? that something was springing up, and then it had an orange flower, and I went, whoa. I took pictures of it this morning, but then this doesn't show pictures really good, so I'm just going to paint the picture. So here it is. I have these yellow and gold rolls, beautiful, beautifully done. And then, here comes my possibilities. On the front row next to the purple ones. And they keep sprouting up. So those little things, it was the dead head, and you open it up, all of those seeds, well, not all of them, but a few of them decided they wanted to be a flower. I really didn't realize I was creating seeds of possibility. And we're very much like the seeds. Now, see, this is one of them. That's one of them. I brought it out because it's kind of doing its own thing. And I'll pass that around too. It's actually got a little bud there. I might plant it and see what happens. Yeah, so you can see the bud that would end up becoming that pod with the little seeds in it that you'll see as they get passed around. We're very much like those seeds, right? We got planted in our mother's belly, and then, what happened, and here we are. Yeah, all of us. You can't say you didn't, because you're here. You can't say, no, that didn't happen to me. It did. You're here. A beautiful seed of possibilities. Now, Susan was very, very sick when she was a child. She had a hole in one of her right ventricles in her heart. So your heart has 4 of them, and so the right ventricle had a hole in it. And her parents wouldn't let her go outside and play because they were afraid that something would happen to her. She grew up, and she got married, and Susan she was yearning to do something more than just kind of sit around and have a life. She told her husband she wanted to run a marathon. Ew. A hole in your heart, you're going to run a marathon? And he thought it was impossible. But Susan started running 1 block at a time. 1 block at a time. And that 1 block turned into 3 blocks. And one day she was really exhausted, and she asked her husband, "Do you ever think I'll run a marathon? Do you ever think I'll run a mile?" Now, a marathon is like 26.2 miles or something. I don't know. Am I right? I just made that up. I must have read it somewhere, because I'm not doing 26.2 miles. Cynthia, don't try to get me to do it. We walked for over 2 hours a Saturday. I'm still recovering. Perhaps Susan was afraid. Now, in this book that we're studying, we're reading this book, Living a Committed Life by Lim Twist. There are 7 groups of people that are reading that book. And this is what Miss Twist wrote about being afraid. She said, "Fear is often our first reaction to obstacles and free-floating anxiety that cripple us and keep us from taking action. So this is the magic of creating possibility. It breaks people out of their unexamined assumption of what can and cannot happen." She goes on to write, "It transforms the present and opens new vistas and ways of being in the future." Susan not only ran a mile, soon she got to 3 miles. And it took her a few years, actually several years, and she felt she was ready to run a marathon. So she entered it, and she started running. Her husband, Steve, he went and he, was at the finish line waiting for her to come, and he waited. And he waited. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And people were coming in across the finish line and no Susan. And then no one was running. And so he started to get a little concerned, and he went to find her. And there she was with 4 other runners, and they were all running together. And they asked him, how far do we have to the end? And he said, 2 miles. And he could see as they were running that Susan was starting to struggle. And she was having a challenging time keeping up her pace. So he started running with him, and he ran out of breath. I don't think he had been running at all. And when they got closer, like about 200 yards away, he noticed his wife. That something shifted. Something was being transformed in her. And imagine, she's got a hole in her heart, right? And she slumped over a bit. And all of a sudden, she stands up straight. And she's running. But she straightens her body. And she had this confidence and this perhaps spirit-filled possibility that was bubbling up, that she was really getting close to her final destination, 26.2 miles, something that she had never even imagined that she could do, but she had a seed of possibility. She crossed that line. She did it. And later, the runners told Steve that Susan had encouraged them the whole time, that she told them they could do it. They said that if it wasn't for her, they would have quit. At that moment, Susan was creating other seeds of possibility. Yes. See, it didn't matter about a diagnosis, right? Like this diagnosis she got when she was little, this diagnosis, and them telling her, you're sick, you're going to be sick, you got a hole in your heart, just give it up, don't do anything. But there's always seeds of possibility that are within each of us. There's always something that's bubbling up. And yet, there are things that can stop us. Yes? Sometimes we get stopped by our own thoughts. Like when she said to her husband, will I ever run a mile? Will I ever run a mile? And when are there times in your own life when you find that you don't know if you could do something, or you didn't know maybe, right? Because I would guess that maybe out of all of us here, we've had some times when we didn't think things were possible, and yet they were. I remember having a speech impediment. Oh my goodness, here we go, Spirit. I had a speech impairment as a kid. And it was something about when I say T's or S's. Now you'll probably be listening for that, right? Because it still does happen. And I had to go to speech therapy in elementary school. And they tell me you had to do stuff to keep your tongue on the top of your roof of your mouth or some stupid stuff like that. I didn't swear, thanks. Okay, and oh my goodness, because I was sure thinking it. But anyway, I had to learn. And here I am, right? And when it really happens, and I'm like conscious that it's happening, then I go, oh, I'm doing that S-T, Is it a T? Is it an S? Is it F? A F that sounds like an S, or an S that sounds like an F. And yet there was this possibility, there was this seed that was waiting to emerge, that was waiting to be a speaker in front of you today. Who would have thought? I don't think that speech teacher would have ever thought I'd do something like that. Eat your heart out. Okay. But our Bible verse for today comes from Mark 4. Going to read some of it from 2 through 9, but not all of them. And here's what happens. Let me set it up for you. So Jesus was going to teach, right, beside the sea. And there was a crowd that gathered, and he gets in a boat, him and his disciples, they get in a boat, and the crowd is like, wait, imagine they're out. People, like lots of people. And he begins to teach them many things in parables, it says in verse 2. And in his teaching, he said to them, I want to read this specifically. Listen, a sower went out to sow. Like S-O-W, okay? It's not S-E-W, no. And he sowed, some seed fell on the path, and the birds came and ate it up. And the other seed fell on a rocky ground, and where it did not have much soil, and so it sprang up, and then they quickly died. And then there were other seeds that were under the sun, and it couldn't take root, and they scorched and they withered away. There were other seeds, it says in verse 8, other seed fell into good soil and brought forth grain, growing up and increasing. It got a lot of ands, and yielding 30 and 60 and 100-fold. And Jesus said, listen. Now, in the Revealing Word, our book of metaphysical terms, Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of Unity, said this about seed. He said, seed is the creative idea inherent in the Word. Its nature is inherited from its parent source, God. So then, what is that saying? I believe that it's saying that all we have to do is start, right? Like Susan started by running one block. One block. And those blocks turned in a 26.2-mile marathon. When are we going to see that for ourselves? To have the ability to just start. And that brings us into our spiritual power for October, and it is zeal. And it is the ability to start, to motivate. And the disciple is Simon the Canaanite, and he represents motivation and the desire to accomplish great things. You see, I really believe that Susan, just by running one block, that she knew somewhere within her that she had the inherent ability to run 26.2 miles. And that anything that happened to get in her way, even her own thoughts, couldn't stop her. And it's like that with each of us. That each of us have the ability to start and get to the finish line. But it is the journey along the way that is most important. Because we don't know what the finish line is. We may think that the finish line is 26.2 miles, but it may not be. Right? We may think that the finish line is like, I thought I was going to be a doctor when I was like 13. It could still happen. I'm only 63. What can you say? But that is the journey along the way from 13 to now, right? It's really all about that. And our corresponding color for this month happens to be what? Orange. You better know it. Yes, it's orange. Some of us are orangey, pumping. But I think it's good that he did that because pumpkins is, represents October. Lots of pumpkin pie, pumpkin carving. Maybe somebody will make some pumpkin soup for the chili cook-off. I don't know. Pumpkins. And the location is the back of the head. And so I used to hear my mother say when I was a child, I'm going to slap you upside your head so that you listen. You know what I'm talking about? You've been there, right, Don? Yep. And Susan had that ability to just start running. 1 block, 3 blocks, 1 mile, 3 miles. And we have that same ability to start. The S equals C, to be able to see what's possible for us. The T means target. What is it that we are targeting to do and to be in our lives and in the world? The A means available. Like we have to be available to even think the thought that we want to accomplish. And A is, oh, I said A. Okay. And then the R is to be ready. To be ready for what is emerging as us. And the T, the final T, is to be teachable. Yeah. Because if we are not teachable, we cannot create nothing. Right? You know those folks, right? Who decide that they can't do a thing. I can't do this. Right? We had this whole pandemic thing, and we couldn't go outside. How many of us found a way to go outside? Didn't you? Yes. Yeah. I remember driving down the street, and there was no cars on the highway, and well, they call it freeway in California, and I was like, ooh, but I'm out here. Yes. And I sneak out, and then go back. I know some of you did that, right? Uh-huh. Yep. And you couldn't wait to rip that mask off. Whoa! Like the people on the airplane. Uh-huh. When they told them. You heard about it, right? Yeah. Because we are creating seeds of possibility in everything we do. So I invite you to just start. I invite you to start seeing the possibilities, to start knowing that anything and everything is possible, to start with one seed. To start with one seed thought. To start with one seed of an idea. What is the idea? What is it? What is it that is wanting to emerge in your life as you? It doesn't matter how old you might think you are, because we made the number up anyway. Somebody decided we were 1 month and 5 years old and 35 and 85. It's made up. You can say I'm 10, and if you believe it, we'll believe it with you. Our affirmation can assist us with where we're going today. I'll say it once and then invite you to say it with me. I am ready to start planting new seeds of possibility in my life. Together, please. I am ready to start planting new seeds of possibility in my life. Again, I am ready to start planting new seeds of possibility in my life. Let's take that into a time of meditation. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. And to be comfortable, get as comfortable as you can in the seat where you're sitting. You may even want to wiggle a little bit. Nobody will know because we all have our eyes closed. Just get all grounded in the seat. As if the seat and you are now one. Melting into the seat and the sea of possibilities. Noticing our breath again and how it just easily goes in and out of our body. That it is feeding and nourishing the seeds within. That it is feeding and nourishing every cell, every artery, every vein, every organ. And we give great thanks for our body for supporting us now. And I invite you again to think about something, like something that is seeking to emerge in your life. Thinking of something that you may want to do. You may want to go, you may want to be. Just one thing, whatever it is. And just imagine that for a moment, that there is this seed thought you're thinking now. And allow it to sit. And imagine the journey that you would take from that thought to the action. from the thought to the action. And as we take a moment to go into silence, allow your imagination and the possibilities to soar. In the silence, we go in this collective way and consider our seed of possibilities. In the silence, we go deeper together. I am. I am. I am ready. I am ready to start planting this seed. I'm ready to start planting this seed as what's possible for me. And in this expanded state of consciousness, we allow that thought to really resonate and radiate in through every cell of our body, that it is now taken from the thought into the body, which helps us have it be the thing, the gift that we give to ourselves, the gift that we give to ourselves, that all things are possible. And as we gently bring ourselves back to the space and time, we know on a deeper level that with that spiritual essence that is us, that everything is possible. And we create seeds of possibility right now. We give thanks for this. If our eyes are closed, we gently open them and notice the possibilities all around us. In this moment, we are it. And so it is. Amen and namaste.
There's no limit to what can be. Every dream is reality, 'cause you are a possibility. You are a possibility. Infinite possibility. You are is possibility. You are a possibility. Infinite possibility. There's no limit to what we can be. Every dream is reality. We are a possibility. We are a possibility. Infinite possibility. Infinite possibility. Possibility.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Catherine, for your joy. Let's give Catherine a hand here. She's our... So it's time for our offerings, our gifts, our generosity. It's time to share and give back a little. It helps to keep the lights on and pays our wonderful staff and maintain this incredible campus. So this is our time to give out of our hearts. And you can text to give, you can give online, and as well, if you brought checks or cash, you can put them in the little box back there. And we're just so grateful for all that you give, because we have an amazing community here, and it's because of all of your generosity. And so thank you very much. Let's affirm together our offering blessing. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am so grateful. Thank you. And now it's time for our kids. Woohoo! Come on in, guys.
Good morning. So, what is the power of the month? Say it loudly. Zeal. And what does zeal mean? Enthusiasm, of which we know this pack has a lot of. So, with that being said, we had a really robust discussion this morning about zeal and about what people like and what they don't like. I have to say that math was on the do not like list. And I want to say that things like Sonic and Mario Brothers was on the like list. So with that, we talked a lot about what's the affirmation, my?
All right. So I enthusiastically accept my good and go forward to achieve my purpose.
Yes. Okay. John, what's the color of the month?
Orange.
Orange. Yeah. So orange. So zeal and enthusiasm. What else is on there? What's this? Sophia, what's in the head?
Be filled with spiritual enthusiasm.
So with that, and then Ava, let's see. Tell us where the location on the body is. Look on there.
The back of the head.
The back of the head. Okay, so you got it all. It's orange, it's zeal, it's the back of the head, and they're filled with spiritual enthusiasm. Yes. Okay, so that's what we did today. Also in their packet, I want you to know that when you get up on Friday morning, it is National Smile Day. So we ought to be getting up every morning with a smile and with gratitude. But on Friday morning, think about that just a little longer. And then there's a little piece in there about the food pyramid, which we didn't get a chance to talk about. But it's also National Vegan and Vegetarian Month. And so the food pyramid is in there. And I know there's a bunch of vegans and vegetarians and people who eat all kinds of ways. So there you have it. So this is this morning's Youth and Family Ministry. Jonathan, go ahead.
I am the light of the world. I live as the light.
The world. You live as the light.
Okay, we.
One, two, three, 1, 2,
I invite you to go out and plant that seed of possibility you came up with. Let it flourish, let it shine, let it go out from you into the world and create the light of the world. Have a wonderful week. Bye, everybody.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing and the key that our souls were singing as we danced in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. dancing with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. I remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love. I remember the true love we shared today. And we said, body up, say that you remember. Body up, dancing in September. Body up, never was a cloudy day. And you said, body up, say that you remember. Body up, dancing in September. Body up, golden dreams were shiny days. The bell was ringing, oh, and our souls were singing. Do you remember? Never a